A very special guest in the house. We're in a restaurant which is called Maitra, and it's one of the names of Buddha, and it means, I think, infinity love, which is so beautiful. So let me welcome Jana. Jana, welcome in my show. You don't have an online show called Dear Lenka. So Dear Lenka means you can tell me anything. So let's do it. So let me welcome Jana, who is a yoga teacher and a spiritual guide. She currently lives in Prague and she's been living here for 4 years. And she studied yoga in Prague. Yeah. But besides that, before your journey, before you go to Prague, you lived in many different countries, right? I know you lived in Milano, you lived in Calabria, in Italy, you lived in France. So can you tell me a little bit about, you speak many languages. You speak Italian, English, Czech, French, German.
No.
A little bit, no?
No,
Hungarian?
No, not at all.
Okay, so you speak at least 4 languages, pretty fluent. So that's admirable. But tell us a little bit, how did you get here and why Prague? So you're originally from
Slovakia,
from the capital? Yes, the same as me. So tell us a little bit, how did you get here?
in Prague. It was just I get one proposal for a job, so here in a
You worked in a vegetarian restaurant.
yes,
I remember.
exactly here in a Prague, and I just came from France, and it's exactly 4 years ago, and
Yeah.
I just didn't know what to do, and so I was completely open to do anything, anywhere. So I get this possibility, and I loved Prague because 4 years or 5 years ago I met a lot of nice spiritual people here. I can say spiritual, but more than that, they are open-minded, and so I decided.
Which is not so common in Slovakia. Yes.
And neither in Bratislava, also in the capital. We are still in this period of I would say of awareness, where
Yes.
where we think that spirituality is about what we do and what we wear. For example, on yoga class.
Yes.
And so I wanted to go out of this this way of thinking.
Yeah. Because it's about being. It's not about doing. It's not about going to church. It's not about, I don't know, like you said, what we are wearing. It's about what we believe and what we are being, what we become, right?
Exactly, it's more about what we believe, and if we do it in our life, daily life.
Yes.
If we do it, if we have it in a thought, in a word, and in our acts, our
Actions.
actions.
Yeah, that's a very good point. And I would like to mention that you didn't always work in spiritual field. Like I know, well, we met in a language school where I was the teacher, and you worked at the reception. You were running the whole place. So you were juggling lots of things. It was pretty stressful, I would say.
Yeah.
And you worked in other places which were not like spiritual. It was a corporate job basically before, right?
More or less, yes. But every job it could be spiritual if we take it like that. So to work, I worked always with the people, and they taught me a lot, because with the interaction with the people, we can take a lot of things, a lot of learnings, and a lot of nice thoughts which we can put in our lives.
Very beautiful thought. And you mentioned to me that you also go to ashram in France. Can you tell us a little bit about, for those who are watching and they don't know what ashram is, what is it?
I would say it's a yoga studio, but bigger.
Yeah, traditionally in India, let's say ashram is a place where people go to do yoga, but they also live the yoga. They live and breathe the lifestyle.
Exactly.
They do the cleansing in the morning. They follow the teaching. They have classes. They meditate. So it's not just the yoga as we know it, like just doing the positions and exercising, let's say. The modern thinking of yoga, but it's really a place that is very clear, very light, but at the same time very deep.
Yes.
Like there are places where you can meditate, but you have to be completely quiet, right? Like you don't have any contact with people. You go inwards rather than outwards.
Exactly, but it's not just about that from my point of view and from my experience, because at the same time it's also if you don't do everyday morning yoga, or if you don't meditate, if you don't practice every day in an ashram, exactly. For example, I didn't have to when I was there, but it's the energy of the place give you the practice every day, always. Also, if you don't do yoga, if you don't meditate, also if you are not quiet, it's a practice, because there are the people who do it and who creating the energy, but at the same time, when you put the focus or zamer intention in it. Thank you for helping the English.
Well, I'm an English teacher, so
Thank you for that. If you put the intention, when you create the place, and when you put intention of to deep teaching, so it's happening also without doing anything.
oh, yes, that's true. Because I remember when I was in the Himalayas, there was just so much clarity. Like my thoughts, my mind was so clear, because that place is, and I want to say enlightened, because there are many people who are enlightened and they bring the energy up, and it's just so beautiful. Yeah, as you said, without practicing yoga even, you can feel so much instant clarity, energy. Yeah, it's amazing. And we've got somebody watching, so that's so great. Hello, please put in the comments where you are and put some questions for Jana. She's a very experienced Kundalini yoga teacher. So I don't have much experience with Kundalini. I'm also a yoga teacher, but I do more Ashtanga, Hatha, and the traditional yoga. But tell us about Kundalini. I'm always very curious about this.
Yeah, Kundalini yoga is like what I said to you before. It's like this normal yoga everywhere, because the yoga is just one for me. Just Kundalini yoga thought by Yogi Bhajan. It was the man who put a lot of stuff together from
Different areas?
yeah, different areas. Also from Tantra, also from Sikhism, which is or Hinduism. All is put together, and he knew a lot of secret stuff from, for example, from Sikhism. So
Yeah.
and so we do the exercise like on a normal class. Just it's put in a kriya, in some exercise which is exactly done, or exactly said that you have to be in that position for 3 minutes, and it's focusing for nervous system and glandular system and glands, more for to control our lives and control our emotion and control our mind, to not, because usually when we don't work with ourselves, mind control us, not we control the mind.
Yes, that's a very good point, because it's not just the physical part, like you mentioned, the hormones to me and the levels of the glands, how they work, but also connecting it with ourselves, with our mind, with our inner child, I would say, with the spirit, right?
Yes, inner truth.
Yes, our truth, yes, the truth that we are. So basically, how long you've been practicing Kundalini, and how long your life has changed since you've been doing Kundalini?
I would say it's a big journey with the Kundalini yoga.
Yes.
Sometimes I would say that it's still harder and harder, because I still see more and more what I don't know.
Yes, that's true.
Yes, it's true. No,
well, one life is not enough. Yes, it is.
Yes, good that we have incarnation.
Yes.
But what changed mostly changed that I'm seeing more about myself, and and also I told you today about that. For example, I went through the ayahuasca. I went through a lot of herbs or something what is helping us a lot of ceremonies, and now I can compare it that I do it in a different way. I call it with a clean way, so without any helpful things. Just I work with myself, with my body, with my mind, and with my way of living. So I would say that I can compare it now, and I said I'm experiencing the same like when I'm on ayahuasca. Sometimes with the meditation. Sometimes when we work with our breath and with mudras, with the position of the hand, and with the focusing on our third eyes, with focusing with the eyes. We put on the tip of the nose, for example. So we put all this stuff together. Sometimes it's very strong for our body and also for our energy, for our energetical body. So I can feel this crazy connection with something what is everywhere around us or up, depends who you believe in.
Yes.
So I would say that this changed my life, that I can, through the meditation and through the body exercise, I can experience something very deep.
That's so beautiful, because like with the meditation and the asanas, we can connect with the higher beings and the higher. We are all one, right? With the connection with the energetic field. Yeah. I hope you guys can hear us. We are in Prague, in a restaurant in the city center of Prague called Maitreya, which is a beautiful name. And in the logo of this restaurant, they have 2 lotus flowers, which is so beautiful. And we have some lotus flowers on the table. So nice. So would you say, if somebody who's never tried yoga, would you recommend trying Kundalini from the start, or is it better to start yoga and then go into like more specific field?
I would say just go and try, because it's not.
Go with the intuition.
Yes, or just trying, because Kundalini Yoga is transmit through the me. So also somebody can love Kundalini Yoga but doesn't have to love lessons with me. This can happen. Yeah. It's normal. And this is the first. And the second, I can say that is for everybody. But be aware of yourself, what you need in this period of your life. Because today, Kundalini Yoga doesn't have to be, but in 1 year, 2 years, in 1 week, could be, exactly this is what I need.
Yes. Yeah, and like listen to your body, listen to yourself and the body, and then see how you feel. You can try some classes and then I mean, how did you start? Because I hear from a lot of people that they are too confused, there's too much out there, they don't know where to start. And I know that you were starting years ago. I remember you were in connection with this community of people. So yeah, how did you start? Did you feel confused the same as everyone?
Of course.
Or did you start and you were like, no, this is not for me? Because I went to my first classes and I started laughing. I was like, what's this? And the teacher was not the best, I wouldn't say, but I couldn't find my way to it until I think 2 years later.
Yeah. It depends, because when I started with yoga, it's like, I don't know, 15 years ago, and I started with yoga in daily life, which is a completely different way, but it's helping, this period of my life, it's helped me to be calm, also in a very, very stressful situation, because what? Because I started to breathe. Nothing else.
People forget how to breathe.
And I was in a stressing situation, so that yoga 1 time per week give me this, I would say, button, which always start me like, stress, so breathe.
Yes.
Breathe. It was crazy. I just breathe. Nothing else.
And you know what? I teach this also my clients, because we as kids, we are breathing into the belly, and then as the stress comes, even with the first kindergarten, with the first school year, it's so stressful for kids that we forget to breathe in the belly. We just breathe into the chest, which is the stressful. We are not dealing with we are not supplying our brain with the oxygen, and that's where the stress can become toxic. But I want to mention that you have a very healthy lifestyle. You are vegan,
mostly. Yeah.
Mostly. I know you don't you don't really take sugar.
No.
And
no, but.
I mean, do you want to mention your story where you healed yourself? Do you want to share a little bit?
Yes, I can.
You don't have to say what it was, but
but it's always about to healing the body. I just try. I had some disease, and I tried to heal with the normal pills and with the normal doctors. And I tried
Conventional medicine.
Yes.
Yeah.
I tried like 1.5 years, and it didn't help me at all. Or it just gave me more disease from
Side effects probably also.
So, and I started to find a way how to get out from it. And I started with the mind. First, I meditate every day, but it's not like meditation. Don't eat. It's not like yogi doing
like
without thoughts 30 minutes. No, I do it with more than affirmation. I heal myself with the light or something. What I felt. I started to work with the woman style, woman moving, and I also stopped to eat sugar and tofu, but sugar in all ways, so no
all
the
forms,
sweet,
like
yes,
sweet,
fruit, etc. So
or vegetables.
Or vegetables, yes. And
Nothing fermented. You mentioned no tofu.
so, and this was the main. Of course, I don't eat
No
meat,
animal products.
no animal, not alcohol. But I'm without that already for 5 years. So
that means even healthy eating people can still have problems. That happens.
Of course.
It's the environment, the toxins in the environment.
It doesn't have to be environment. It's most our thoughts and our energetic field.
And the emotions, like anger, can create this kind of.
And environment can help you to go more deep in this problem, of course. But it's not the environment, it's the problem. We are for some reason in that environment.
Yes.
Because we attracted it.
Yes.
So,
yes, that's true. And also, like, what's coming from the environment, like, you could be surrounded by 5 angry people, is how we deal with it.
Yeah.
Like, we don't have to become angry also. But it's how we deal with it, how we clear it, how we detox. And yeah, it's incredible. I've had a healing story, you've had a healing story. So definitely through the help of yoga and meditations, it can help. Right, so I'm gonna wrap it up. I don't know if you want to share something or should I give you... Okay, so I'm gonna ask you one thing that you would like to tell our viewers about maybe the spiritual guidance or the yoga. What's the one thing that's always keeping you going? Maybe one thought, maybe one affirmation that's your favorite. I can think of one, but tell me yours.
I always, what keep me going, it's that I always think about that, about the reincarnation. What does it mean that if I make a lot of bad things on this earth, it would come me back, or in this life, or in the next life. So I have to think about the consequences by my thoughts, words, and my actions.
Yeah, that's very interesting, very important actually. And I just want to mention we have these beautiful colors. This is a beautiful saffron orange, which the monks in India, the Buddhist monks, they wear this color. And this is the color of, which one is it? Which chakra?
I would say third.
The third one, 1, 2, 3.
But the third is more yellow than this one, but it's okay.
Yeah, we can say the third chakra, which is called?
I don't know.
So it's the root, sacral chakra. Okay, I hope we are back. And then I have the color of heart. So we're just sending you so much love. My favorite affirmation is I am love, or I am. I think it's most powerful. And we'll see you in our next episode.
Bye.
Bye.